Hey everybody, Summer Moon Garden here. I figured since it's warmed up a bit today and the sun is out, I would give you just a quick little January garden tour. So right now we're focusing on getting all the roses cut back, which I cut back all the roses here in the front garden bed next to the mailbox. And then I cut back all of the roses in the formal garden area in the back behind the pool. And oh my goodness, my body is like really like, what did you do? I guess I just haven't really been very active this month, and so doing all of that just kind of put my body into like shock today. So I'm a bit sore and trying to recover from that, but I've got everything's quite a bit of a mess right now because there's rose clippings all over the place. But I wanted to show you how far back I cut the roses and just show you how everything is looking in January. I don't typically do January garden tours because I'm like, there's not really much to look at. But you know, y'all want to see how it looks when everything is not looking its best anyway, right? So I figured, why not? Let's just go ahead and do it. So let me show you our front bed. All right, so here is how everything looks after I prune it all back. I cut my roses down to about where they hit my knee, maybe a little higher for some, but you can see I really hacked back Summer Romance and Cinderella Fairy Tale. They are all much shorter. And then I planted those two apricot drift roses right here. So I think those will look really nice in that spot. And look, Luigi is just so happy to be on camera today. Aren't you, buddy? Are you happy? Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Everybody loves you so much. Do you know that? Do you know that? Everybody loves you so much. Yeah, so I think I did lose one rose up here, Classic Woman. It really does not look very good. The canes are all black. So I've got some other roses. I can totally, easily replace that one. But Sweet Mademoiselle looks great. Everything honestly looks really great. Right now I've just got to concentrate on getting Alchemist all tied up and controlling the craziness there on that trellis. And then I haven't hit over here quite yet, but there's a little bit of pruning that needs to happen over here. And then right in here, actually, I'm going to be taking this hydrangea out and putting in 3 ball gown roses, and it's going to look so pretty there. Can't wait for that. And then there's going to be some other roses that get kind of planted and mixed in here as well. I'm probably doing a sweet drift all along the edge here. So I may have to move a couple of things, but not too much. And yeah, so there's kind of quite a few gaps in here. And so I'll be filling in those gaps with more roses that arrive this, actually some are actually going to be arriving next week, which is exciting. Today, our awesome roofer guy came to take all the Christmas lights off, and he cleaned out the gutters for us. So that's all set there. I still need to prune back these roses. This is Sweet Mademoiselle. They're still a little tall. They need to be probably cut those back about halfway. All right, so let's see here. What else can I show you? This is what the hydrangeas look like in the winter. Very nice and pretty, but they will probably be cut back either this week or next week is when we'll take care of that. A lot of the daffodils are starting to pop up. And I'm going to show you this section over here. Lots and lots of daffodils are starting to come up. And I planted my sweet drift rose right there. And then I hacked back. This is a phantom hydrangea, and then there's a vanilla strawberry hydrangea behind that pile. But lots of daffodils coming up. And then I do have a little blank spot here. I'll probably plant some more roses here. And then I have another little empty spot here, which will definitely be filled with roses as well. Here, let me get you a full shot of the front yard. It's been a while since y'all have seen a full shot of the front yard. Here's how everything looks. The cats are like, why are you over here? All right, let's go to the backyard. All right. The Edgeworthia is just about to bloom. It's so close. And I just absolutely adore this shrub. It is so beautiful. I'll take another video once it blooms so you guys can see it. I wish you could smell it because it smells amazing. And those hydrangeas are going to be cut back either this week or next week. I am going to get my, we have landscapers who help out with the grass and edging and everything. And I have finally relented to having them help me out. Trying to do it all myself is just, oh, it's just too much. And my body just can't handle it. So they're going to help me cut those back either this week or next week and get some of this area cleaned up back in here. Here's my beautiful Japanese maple sleeping. Emmett's pumpkin. It's gotten so big. I can't wait to see how much it grows this coming season. It's just one of my favorite trees. It's just absolutely beautiful in the fall. And here is the coral bark. It's not doing so hot. It got some sort of fungus or something. And I'm trying so hard to save it because it's gotten so tall, but it's really in bad shape. And it may end up having to come out this year, which is really a bummer because it is so beautiful. But as you can see, I had to cut off like all one side. So I hope we can save it, but I'm not so sure if it'll happen. All right, let's go back to the rose garden. Now remember, this is quite messy back here too right now. There are some roses that didn't make it, like the Lady Gardener and then the crocus rose. Not a shocker, both David Austins did not make it. So those are going to be taken out and something else is going to go in its place. And next week we are going, my husband and I are going on a work trip. It's actually a rewards trip to the Bahamas. And when we get back from that trip, that is when all of this transformation will start to take place, where all of this is going to be, we're going to lay down something like emerald zoysia, something similar to that. So it's going to be completely sodded out, and then all these logs are going to be removed, and we're going to put a nice stone border around them. So wherever you see logs, that's where a stone border is going to be, which I'm super excited about. But I cut back all these roses yesterday, and all these roses here in the formal rose garden area have all been cut back. So everything's quite a mess right now. I still have to do some work tying the roses, the climbing roses back onto the trellis. And my Lady Ash roses here in these big pots, I need to clean them out. And I've got some bags of potting soil where I am going to refresh the pots with potting soil and then throw in probably some holly tone. I think we have a few bags of holly tone left over from last summer that we didn't use, and I'm just gonna throw some of that in there with it to feed them. But those are all nicely pruned back and ready. This area here, I'm actually thinking about just leaving it because I've noticed that Pompanella does better when I don't hack it back. I feel like I get to see more blooms when I just let it kind of go crazy. So I'm going to leave that this year because I really feel like I'm going to get a lot more blooms out of it, and it's going to look a lot more magical if I just leave it alone. But here I still have to, well, the landscapers are going to help me out and cut the boxwoods and get this whole hedge line cleaned up for me, which I'm super thankful for, because I tried, I think it was last year, I did it myself, and oh my goodness, I think maybe it's because our hedge trimmer is so heavy, or it could just be the vibration of the tool. It just tore me up physically. Like, I was so sore after doing that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave it to the landscaper guys to take care of that this year. But soon, all this is going to be cleaned up. There's going to be grass down here. All this is going to be cleaned up. And y'all who have followed me for quite some time, I've been talking about this for like almost a year. So, but I swear this time it's really happening. So I'm very excited about this. I got all these roses cut back yesterday. And then this is my little woodland pathway. This is where we're going to have the pathway completely covered in moss, because I want to be able to just walk back in here barefoot on moss. And the logs are going to be replaced with more of like round stones. It's not going to be as formal as around the rose garden area. That's going to be a little bit more formal, and this is going to be a little bit more natural. And then hopefully later this year, or maybe next year, right here is where I'd love to put a beautiful moon gate. I think that would be a beautiful spot for it. So, when this is all going to be grass, the trampoline is going to be moved back behind the fence, and this will be grass. And I just think it would be really beautiful to have a nice moon gate here with a moss covered pathway and looking down the winding path. I think that would be really beautiful. But first, all of this is going to get irrigation installed. That's part of the project as well. So I'm not having to lug my hose out here and get, water all the hostas and the hydrangeas and whatnot. We really need it back here because it's really hard to keep everything happy and watered. So I think it's gonna really make my life a whole lot easier, and the plants are just gonna grow a lot more successfully, I feel like. Because I just feel like they continue to struggle and we tend to lose plants back here. And I don't want to keep throwing money down the drain, So it would be really nice to get that all fixed up. Hi, baby. Hey, whoa, watch out for that log. Hi. Hey, sweet girl. Let's move this back. Well, okay, that's about as good as it's gonna get. But yeah, it's pretty rough back here right now. Everything is looking really, what's the term? Shoddy in in the UK. I don't know, when I'm back here and looking at this, I'm like, this just looks shoddy. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So, but it's got great potential. It's gonna look so great once we're all done, and this is just covered in green. That's what I just can't wait for, is having all these logs replaced with some beautiful stone edging and then just a green pathway. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be so great. All right, well, that's it for today. Really little short tour because, you know, it's January. There's not much really to see. But I hope you can see the potential like I do. Totally in dreaming mode for spring right now. That's what January does to me, and February. So I hope you guys are doing well, and hopefully the next video I post will be of the whole transformation process with this back area here, with getting the landscaping finished off. And then I feel like this summer moon garden will really not be finished, because the garden never really is finished, but I feel like we'll be at a stage where it feels somewhat complete. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait to share it with you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.